So I'm going to give you 2 seconds to get out of this video and go check that video out. Okay.
I'm gonna let...
We're getting a call.
Oh no, okay.
Welcome to Marthoma Effect, a Syro podcast that explores different topics about the Syro-Malabar Church and the Catholic faith with its faithful in the Melbourne Eparchy. I'm your host and Aakash, and with me today, a very familiar face, Allan, once again. Exact same fits as the last episode.
Pretty much, man. Let's go.
So yes, Allan is a guest we've had before. So if you want to know more about Allan and who he is, what his big Marwala moment is, and we've got a very inspiring, very informative discussion on music ministry that applies to many kinds of ministry and just basic evangelization and life as a Christian. Check that episode out before you watch this one. So I'm going to give you 2 seconds to get out of this video and go check that video out. Okay. Anyway, so Allan, brought you back on here because I wanted to talk to you very briefly about using media as a witness. And so the reason I brought you on here is a funny story. I was just on Instagram randomly one day, and then I saw a post by you that was faith related, and I was like, oh, cool. I'll check out. I might just check out the account. And then I was, to use the best word, I was discombobulated.
Oh, discombobulated.
I was actually very taken aback by how much just pure faith content you post on your feed. Like, I go back and click like the home button on Instagram that goes to my feed, and it's just all pictures of myself. And then I go back to yours, and there's like at most like 2 videos of you recording music, like playing guitar, and the rest of it is all just poetry and literature that you post that you tend to write. So I guess first thing I wanted to know is like, what inspires you to post like, so much written media on your Instagram?
Yeah, so for me, like, I think like even writing stuff, it like goes back to my like early days. It was like when I was like 14 or 15, like I used to like write stuff on my, there was like a diary that like I used to have, and I used to like write things. Like my mom was like telling me, you should always like write things down, like, like, cause like she knew that like back in the day, like I used to have like thoughts about things, cause like she used to like hear me like praying about things, and like it was always like usually like it was like deep thoughts like I used to have about things, and then she like told me, like you should like like write down on like a notebook, things like that, and like even like my mom, like she has like, bro, like she has like at least like 50 like notebooks full written about like articles, I'm like, brother, that's crazy, man. So she like tells me, like you should also like write things as well, so it was like early on. So, and then I think like for me, like with the Instagram account, I think it was the last like SMI, like national conference, like Unite, it happened. So like that was like the moment. It was like a very like pivotal moment for me. It like changed like a lot, like my thinking, like a lot. And like I think my inspiration was like Simon Carrington.
Fire Up Ministries.
Yeah, from
Another episode with him has come out, so check that out as well. Pure content about dating, very informative.
Yeah.
Quick plug-in I had to put in. I'm sorry. Continue.
That's fine. But yeah, so I was like, if you like know like Annie K, I think she's pretty well known. I think among the youth, I guess. So like she like told me, she was like, you have like see this person, like you have to like listen to him, and I was like, why? Like, what's the reason? And then she was like, just go listen to his talk, his like session. So yeah, I go and like to listen to it and like partake in it, and then like initially I was like, bro, he's like talking about about family and like about things like that. I was like, what's the reason? Like what why was like telling me like go listen to like his talk. But then like after like a while, I was like, wait a second, like for the background for me, I'm like a person who like stutters, usually, I've been like having for like since I was like 11, so quite a while. So I was like watching this guy, taking his talk and like doing his talk, and I was like, wait a second, like someone's his like behaviors were like similar to like my behaviors. And,
Yeah,
like,
because he has a stammering issue
yeah,
as well.
he
Yeah.
stammers as well. So I was like, wait a second, bro, this is like similar to what I do when I stammer. I was like, wait, hold it, bro. I was like, so after like 10 minutes, I was like, and then after like 10 minutes, he stammers, and I was like, wait, what? And then after a while, like he like there's like times when like in between where he like stammers like like a bit, and so I was like shocked because like it's the first time I've ever seen someone who's just like me, like in person. So and like he's like preaching in front of a crowd and everything. I was like, what is going on? I was like shocked and like from then to like a good like half an hour, like 5 minutes, I was like crying, it's like nonstop, because I was like taken aback. I was like, oh my goodness, like because like my whole like since I started, I was like there was like always like a wish for me to like meet someone who was like just like me and like talk, and like ask them about myself, like ask them about like studying it. So I was like, oh my goodness, this is insane. And then that like and like hearing him like talk, I was like, if he can like like talk and like and like he like also like studies as well, but if he can like preach and like do things, like why can't I do the same thing? So I was like, man, I gotta like be more like proactive, like there's like things that I can do, and like I know that I can write, I can like write like things about like write like poetry about God, and like give like reflections about God. So I was like I even before I was like saying how I like keep like things like in my mind, I don't like let it out. So I was like, man, I think like the thoughts that I get about things, I think it would help not just me but like many people around me as well, because like I like knew that like there's people who are going through like the same things as me, same like life things as me, and I knew that it would like help like people around me as well. So then from then on like till now, I just like write like things on Insta, like write like reflections, prayers on Insta, and like post it, like knowing that like it might not help, like each post might not help like the same like it might not help, it might not like benefit like the same person, but there's like one person out there maybe who might help out, So
Praise God.
that's like the main reason why I was like, yeah, I gotta like, it's not just about me. I was like, it's about other people too.
Yeah.
That's the main reason why I like started like post this constantly.
Yeah, it's good. Like you were saying, like someone is going to need to see it. And
Pretty much, yeah.
Even if the efforts you take help one person, that's
Yeah.
a win for the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah.
So good to hear. Just out of curiosity, then I was scouring your Instagram and all this content and like different themes, different topics, different points of view that you give in this stuff. Like how do you make these posts? Do you like what prompts you to post specific content? So is it like you pray with the intention that I want a word that I'm going to give to someone else, or is it more so just a reflection of what God tells you personally, or whatever?
For me, like initially, I think like it was like half. I was like, man, yeah, I got like there was like a lot like inspiration from like from my own life. I was like, I have to like write this down, but there's also like the hidden thing. I was like, I have to like post like every like few days. It has to be like that every single time. But then later on, I figured out like I should like force this. It's not like my post. It shouldn't be like a forced thing.
Yeah.
It should be more of like, I want to be like more inspired, not just like I have to like focus on like know what to write. This has to be like what I'm writing about. Things like that. But I think like I like felt that like it's not genuine. If I like do it like that way. So then, so after I like slowed down a bit in a way, and I was like, I'm going to like let God talk to me. In a way, like let God inspire me like in like different ways. I like open my I like kind of like broaden my vision. I was like, okay, what are the ways that I can draw inspiration? It could be like to like seeing someone or like seeing someone in pain, like like going through like a hard time, or like maybe like a song that I hear, and like even like maybe like having like like a talk with someone about some things, or like seeing someone at church, or like seeing someone like at my uni, things like that, what they're going through, or like there's like many like inspiration that you can like get, like books, even like other like Insta posts that you see. You can like draw like inspiration from that. So I was like, I'm gonna like instead of me like drawing this, I'm gonna let.
We're getting a call.
Oh no. Okay. Sorry about that. But pause that. Nah. So I was like, I'm gonna let, like instead of me like doing like initiating the post, I guess, or like finding like trying to like force myself to like find inspiration.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let God talk to me through different avenues. Like I've like find ways that God's like trying to like like speak to me, and like once I did that, I felt that like my posts were more genuine. I was more like you know, it slowed down. Like my posts slowed down a lot more, but it felt more genuine. Like like the words that I was saying felt more genuine, and I was like, man, yeah, like because like even like the first few times I was like, it's like being written and I posted and I'm like, does not sound that good. But then after a while I was like, okay, God just speak through me, like what needs to like has to be said. So just like touch not just me but other people as well, and give me like inspiration for the different ways I can post things. So
Praise God.
that was the way.
Yeah. So good to hear that, like, okay, this is the experiences that you've had of how you make the content. The seeing Simon Carrington is what made you want to take that first step to evangelize using your media. So then, I ask this to a lot of people, and I intend that, later on we'll also record very similar content, similar topics with other people. But just to hear your opinion on it, what do you think is stopping people from using their own media to evangelize?
So I think there's like many factors. Like I think like some people, like I wouldn't say like, well, I would say like some people are hesitant. I would say in a way like I think like everyone like has their own like viewpoints about things, but they're kind of like worried about like will my viewpoint be kind of like shot down by people, like is it like scary or like what should I say? Like even like for me, like that was like there like initially like back in there, and so even I wasn't like in the same boat, but then but then after a while I was like that will be there, like people will have different like viewpoints about things, but it's not more about me, it's I think there's a message like that has to be sent, like that's like the most important thing. Like it's not like people will have like speak like it will like affect people like in like different ways, like but like the most important thing is that like they can become closer to God more, they can like feel God's presence more, or like like even they themselves can like gain like inspiration from the posts that they see, because like everyone like even on the Insta, it's like a big factor, when it comes to like influencing people's lives. So like the posts that like you like see, it can really like, I guess, what's the word, like direct people's lives and the way they do things. So if it's more like the more people see like God inspired posts, the better it is for people, like I would say.
Yeah.
That's like the main thing, I guess. Yeah.
Good input. I think, yeah, like this is something, because I've been on that both sides of the fence where I've been so hesitant to post stuff on my Instagram, or at the same time there's other periods of my life where I've been so aggressive with the content I post. And I think one thing I learned about myself, which I think relates to a lot of people, is one, they don't want to be outed as that person, when they post a lot of faith content, especially like in a time now where so many Catholic views are so controversial or so against what the world has. So you don't want to be known as that guy who posts this kind of content, or you don't be outed, or like he's anti this or he's anti that. So I think that's one thing that might stop people from wanting to evangelize using their media. But even another thing about I realized this very recently is people feel like they have a fear that they won't be able to live up to what they post. If it's a post that, okay, you need to learn to think in this way that God wants you to and stuff, but people feel like I need to get that right in my own life first before I do it, which is true, 100%. But I think a lot of times we use that as a cop-out excuse to stop us from posting in the same place, whereas rather, and I learned this in my own experience, use that as a mechanism to hold yourself accountable to what you post, and therefore you'll improve the things that you're struggling with, the parts of your life.
Even me, like there's like times when I like feel like down and stuff. There's like times when I like go like to like my own page and like scroll through what I posted.
Yeah.
I was like, man, like I need like there's like times when like I want to like get like some like inspiration
Yeah.
to like become better or like do better or like feel better and like going to
Yeah.
my post like which one it was because I help people. It was like
But it holds yourself accountable, and
Yeah,
then
it does,
it gives you that power that
helps
you know
as well.
you or that thing you needed that you wouldn't have had if you actually didn't take that step to post and evangelize using your media.
yeah.
And I think just in general as well, people tend to think it doesn't make a difference. Like,
Yeah.
oh, me posting this like isn't gonna do anything. And I'm sure you've encountered that yourself. Like, oh, is anyone even really getting impacted
Yeah,
by this? Am I
like-
getting any positive feedback? You
Like,
ever had that?
Even me, like, oh yeah, there's like times, like even like on the page, there's like sometimes you like initially I was always like, okay, how much like people are like seeing this post, you know, how much like likes are there?
Check
you know?
the insights. How many people
Yeah.
repost? How many
Yeah,
saves?
things like that. I was like, and then like there's like times when like initially it was like pretty high, and then out of nowhere it got like super low, and I was like, wait, what's going on here, bro? Like no one's like watching it, like what's going on here? Like so I was like, huh? And then like even like that, even like those moments like help me like like change like my like viewpoint or like my mindset. I was like, it's not about me. It's not about trying to get like most likes. That's not the important thing. It's like whoever sees it, and like if it helps them, it'll help them. And like even like it's not even like about likes. It's like people might see it and like they'll still get inspired without even pressing like the like button. So it's not like you shouldn't like have like your whole like mindset like dictated by the how much like likes you have on your
Yeah.
posts. Like people like kind of go like crazy about that, and I'm like it's not about that. There's like a more like a high message.
Yeah.
It's about like them like seeing this post like seeing like this message.
Yeah.
That's like the most important thing. Yes.
Even like the thing you said before, like, people don't even have to read it and it will impact them. I was thinking back, I'm like, there was a time where I just suddenly started following all these people who were posting Christian content, not even intending that I was going to read it. But what happened is that my whole algorithm just got changed. So it went from memes and, what else, like soccer highlights, all suddenly becoming Christian content. And I think it's because, I was suddenly following people that were posting Christian content. So even if their content wasn't directly influencing my life, the very fact that happened, you never know. I think what I'm trying to get at is you never know the impact, and what you said before, you shouldn't do it because of impact. It's the same thing we said before when we had that other chat about music ministry. It's an overflow of your own relationship with God, and that's something that should be there regardless of the feedback you're getting from people.
Yeah.
So really good. So hopefully, after hearing either your experience or hopefully if we get to have a similar conversation on another episode with someone else, someone will feel inspired to maybe use their media platforms as a bit more of as a means to evangelize. But I think one thing we always tend to miss, especially when we get really hyped about something, is we forget or we neglect the dangers of doing it. And so I suppose in your experience, what are the dangers or the trade-offs that come with publicly, evangelizing on your media or being publicly open as a Christian on your social media? Because we said this before, we live in the day and age where everyone and their mother has a Bible verse on their Instagram bio, like Philippians 4:13. Jesus is King. Everything, right? A cross, right?
Yeah.
I think right now, I as we're recording this right now, I have something like there's an East Aramaic symbol called Yah, which is like the whole thing about like a triune God and all that, right? So it's very like aggressively putting myself out there as a Christian. But then what are the dangers that people need to realize about this?
So like, in that aspect, like you see people like, I think it's more like stories, like posts and stuff, like even me, like when I like post, like, I post about God, but there's times when I don't, like in my like stories, I don't, it's not always about God, but it's not like bad either, like I keep it like, like good, like there's like a limit to, how like bad I guess, it can be, because like I know like deep in my mind, I post about God mainly, you know. So I don't want to like, you know, like if I see like things about, you know, like being like shared to me, which are like about God, you know, or which are like way off from God, I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna post that. Like, you know, I don't want to post that at all. You know, that's not what it's about. You know, like, and like even in my own life, like even if like I didn't have like, you know, like posts about God, like I still wouldn't post things like that. You know, because like I think it would, you know, it wouldn't like even like it wouldn't like sit right in my, you know, for my own like faith, I guess. You know, so like even like in my stories, like I, like every day I like post like quotes or like Bible passages about things, you know. Like even if I don't post like regularly, I still like post like things on my story. Like even that, like it like helps you as well to like, you know, keep on track, you know.
Yeah.
Like keep on track, you know, like it's about God, you know. And like it helps with your own personal life as well. Like you want to keep track, you know, like be with God, and like let others like know about God more and more. And like you don't want to like, there's like a limit, I guess. Like it's more about balancing, you know, both, you know, like your spiritual life and like your outside life as well, you know. You can like, you don't want to get like too much into things, you know. Like you want to like, you know, you want to be like, I guess like connected to your like your own roots as well, you know, as like a Christian, you know. Like I'm a Christian, I'm a Catholic, you know. I want to like, you know, I can't like post about, you know, like too much, you know, like obscene things or like, you know, things that's like that's like off track, you know. Like it doesn't like it doesn't fit with my identity as a Catholic, you know. And like you want to like, yeah, like it's hard, I guess, like in the aspect as well. Like you want to like does it always like an urge to like post things like that, but you like hold back as well, you know. You're like, man, I wish I could post about this, but like I can't, you know. Like it's not gonna sit right, because like especially when you're like, you know, when there's many people who are like inspired by your content, you know. You don't want people to like, you know, see something random and they're like, wait, this is weird. Like, why is he posting
What's
something?
going on here?
Yeah, what's I doing here, bro? Like, it's weird, man. Like, you know,
Yeah.
like you gotta like watch out for things like that. You know, like it's more difficult, but it's, you know, like I said before, you know, it's like it's mostly about God. It's like mainly about God. You know, like you want to like preach God. That's the main thing, and there's difficulties with it, but like, you know, like the rewards that you get, you know, people like getting more inspired, getting more into the faith, you know, being inspired to search for God more, you know. Like that was like how it was for me as well. I was like, even for like even for me, like I used to like, you know, see people like posting about God on Insta and things, and I was like, man, you know, I should really you know, try to like, you know, be more proactive in my faith, you know. So in the same way, people also watch your own posts and watch what you're doing more, you know. So yeah.
I think I mean, you summarized it really well. Like, I've been guilty of this myself, where my feed of what I post, there's a polarity in it of, I'll post, you know, I'll post a Bible verse or something. You know, I might have posted a picture from Adoration that, like, you know, a beautiful picture of that monstrance setup. And I recognize this early in my faith journey, where I'll post that. The next day, I'll happen to be out with a bunch of people, so I get a good moment to capture there. And then, like, when I look back at either the photo or maybe even the song choice I put on there, it's like, yo, this is a bit the opposite thing as to what I just posted the other day. Like, something doesn't fit right here. Like, as in, very, very much how we said, how Jesus says in the scripture, like, you know, you can't have what the world offers and what
like you can't serve God.
Yeah, you can't serve God and wealth, or God serve God and the world at the same time. And I noticed that, like, it was really coming out, and it's something that we need to be wary of. That, am I embodying that kind of standard when I post? That there's a polarity in what I post. That one day I'm posting this, and the next day, and I think you said it really well. It's like sometimes you really want to post something. It's like, oh, this would be so good to post. Like, you know, whether it's if I look back at my own life as well, I could be, you know, I am friends with a lot of like non-Christians as well. And, you know, I get the best picture possible. But some Donnie just has to put his, like, the root finger up
Literally.
in the picture. And I'm like, oh, there's such a good moment to post. But
Yeah, you can't do it.
Like the content I put out and the way it's inspiring more people, that is more important to me than me sharing this good moment, or no matter how good this song is.
Yeah.
It's gonna have that E for explicit on there. Like, do I
explicit.
really want to put that? Like, it's a trade-off we need to accept. Like, something we just need to be a bit more aware of. But even like, and I'm just relaying back everything I'm learning from you, to be honest, and looking back at my own lifestyle before we finish. But when I look back at people I looked up to on social media as well, very much what happens, which we don't realize as well, like unconsciously, we set, especially when we're someone who's as active as you are maybe with the content you post, you definitely will set a standard of what being a Catholic looks like. And so when you start to have this polarity, you start to unknowingly, like you would have not intended it. You know exactly what was happening when you took that picture and you didn't have any ill intentions or anything. But you might set a different standard of what being a Catholic looks like. You know, I know people that I looked up to in faith as like models of faith, but then sometimes they might have posted something on their Instagram where it really and again, it's no fault of our own. It's just a trade-off we need to accept where people don't know the context behind things. And so they can take it out of context and think, oh, this is okay, this is a standard. So for me, it was like people I looked up to in faith. I would catch them, and it happens in real life, but even on media, like, you know, there's a video and they may be swearing in the video. And I'm like, okay, this is the person I look up to in faith.
Yeah, like what's going on here? Like,
They're swearing here. Is this okay then? Is this like, can I do this as a Catholic? Or even, you know, one experience I had recently where I was with a friend where he was with a bunch of people and then he posted a picture from it and there's alcohol all over the picture, right? Now, the thing about him is he occasionally drinks. So he might have had one drink, but from the picture, by just going, whatever's happening in the background, it looks like everyone in that room is like sloshed drunk. Again, no context there, but it's a risk we have to take when we post content, especially if you want to be like openly bold as a Catholic, which again is something we need to take into consideration.
That's like even like me, like it feels like I feel like there's like times when I like, you know, take pictures of all of like events and things like that, but I'm always kind of like there's like other things as well, like even like back in the day, like on Insta and stuff, like I remember like actually there's like time, like even like on my like Instagram page right now, there's people who like follow me from back in from like my like school days, and like the post that like I used to post back in my school days is so different compared to that, and like they were like, bro, who's this guy? Like what happened to this guy? It's completely changed. It's like, what's going on here? Like you see, but like it also like inspires them as well, you know, to be like, because like even like among like my own friends from like back in the day and stuff, like all the people from school, they've also like changed like what they post as well. You know, it's more about God, and then you're like, wow, the way the people can get affect you, know, like, and they change like their own lives. It's like amazing, yeah, in a way. It's nice.
Praise God.
Yeah.
Well, that brings us to the end of it, and as you're finishing your sentence, I realized one crazy thing. My name, Aakash Joseph, AJ.
Oh yeah.
Allan Jomon, AJ.
Bro.
I've got a Mo.
Oh,
You've got a Mo.
Hey,
You're my AJ Mo, bro.
Let's go, man. AJ Mo, let's go, mate. I like
Anyway,
it. I like it.
Thank you so much, Allan, for coming on again and, you know, giving us more content. Thank you for coming in this 38-degree Melbourne weather.
It's so hot, man.
It's so hot, and conveniently the aircon stops working as well.
Yeah,
but yes, thank you so much. You know, whatever you're doing for our Eparchy, however big, however small, whatever you're doing for the people around you, I'm sure, one, God definitely isn't missing that. He's seeing it and he's returning those blessings in your life one way or another. And you are blessing the people in your life, whether it is in the music ministry we discussed on the other episode or even the way you evangelize on your media. So thank you very much, Allan. If you're not following Allan on Instagram, please just search up his name.
Allan Jomon. Allan.Jomon. Yeah.
Allan.Jomon. His content is very inspiring. And so I'm just going to finish with one thing that I think is going to summarize our content very well. If I can just find it.
Oh,
and you deny that call?
Sorry, man. Please wait.
Where's it gone? Give me a second. Okay. Yep. So this is a post from way back when, but I remember reading this and it hit me hard.
It was like last year, I think, yeah.
Last year, yeah. So, be the difference, be the change. Don't follow others, follow God. You are the one who decides what you do. Don't let others choose your life. Be the one who chooses to walk the other way. Be the one who chooses to walk the narrow road. Be the one who chooses to follow Jesus. Those who were rejected became the ones chosen by God. The ones who were left behind became the ones picked by God. The rejected stone became the cornerstone. This world will never satisfy you. The hope of reuniting with your Father will grant you so much more. Be the difference, be the change. God bless. Amazing stuff, my man.
Oh, no.
And on that note, goodbye for now, not forever.
See ya.